Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Thanks for joining us as 31 Days of Oscar continues on TCM with a seminal film from director Martin Scorsese. We just presented the Best Picture winner from 1991, Jonathan Demme's The Silence of the Lambs, with Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins. And Foster connects us to this Scorsese classic. From 1976, with an original screenplay by Paul Schrader, Robert De Niro, Jodie Foster, Sybil Shepherd, Albert Brooks, Peter Boyle, and Harvey Keitel in Taxi Driver. De Niro plays one of the signature characters of the new Hollywood, an era that ran from the mid-60s into the early 80s, punctuated by a spectacular 10-year run from 1967 to 1976. De Niro is Travis Bickle, lonely, paranoid, and sympathetic for a bit. Bickle is a Vietnam vet who gradually loses any sense of being tethered to the world around him, a disconnect with dangerous repercussions. And Bickle's world is a decaying New York City where the social contract we all figuratively sign is breaking down. A few months before Scorsese finished shooting Taxi Driver, the city found itself on the verge of bankruptcy. A garbage strike seemed to reduce New York to some fictional city set in a dystopian future. Much of the trash you'll see on the streets is real trash. Robert De Niro was fresh off his Best Supporting Actor Oscar for playing young Vito Corleone in 1974's The Godfather Part II. Jodie Foster had worked with Scorsese before 2 years earlier on Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, also released in '74. Scorsese had been impressed with Foster. Her talent as a child actor was exceptional. Turns out that's been true as an adult actor, too. Scorsese reached out to Foster and her mother to discuss Foster playing her character in Taxi Driver. It is not an easy role for a then 13-year-old to play, as you're about to see. Part of the deal, Foster told The Hollywood Reporter, was that any scenes that felt uncomfortable sexually, they'd have an adult be a stand-in. Foster's sister, who was over 18, served as her double. Scorsese was careful, and Foster was appreciative. "I'm just so grateful to have been part of something that's really an American classic," she said of the film. From 1976 and Columbia Pictures, from screenwriter Paul Schrader and director Martin Scorsese, this is Taxi Driver. The score for Taxi Driver came from composer Bernard Herrmann, who earned a posthumous Oscar nomination. Herrmann's work is synonymous with so many of Alfred Hitchcock's best films, but it's worth noting the two movies that bookend Bernard Herrmann's filmography. His first movie was Citizen Kane. Taxi Driver was his last. You may have noticed director Martin Scorsese playing one of Travis Bickle's passengers. He was the man stalking his wife. Scorsese was a replacement. The original actor cast for the role got injured shooting another movie. De Niro coaxed Scorsese to play the part. Peter Boyle, playing the older cab driver, was mesmerized by Robert De Niro, saying he was mysterious and intimidating, but amazing. Coming up, 31 Days of Oscar continues, with Peter Boyle linking us to our next movie, a memorable satire from 1974 that both skewers and honors the great Universal monster movies of the 1930s. From 1974, Mel Brooks directs Gene Wilder, Marty Feldman, Cloris Leachman, Madeline Kahn, Terry Garr, Peter Boyle, and Kenneth Mars in Young Frankenstein. That's next, as 31 Days of Oscar continues on Turner Classic Movies.